longtime stalwarts of the Mailers Technical Advisory Committee, and I'm speaking of Don. Don has more than 55 years in this industry. So, and more than 2 decades of active engagement with MTAC, including serving as the industry co-chair back in 2007 to 2008. And I did my research, so that means, given his active engagement for that period of time, he has worked with 6 Postmasters Generals. So I am very proud and honored to be the 6th Postmaster General to have worked with Don. So thank you, Don. So we have some presentations. Jim, if I can get an assist here. What we'd like to do is present. We want to prevent you from retiring, Don, is what we'd really like to do. But we want to present you with not just a letter on behalf of the entire United States Postal Service and our employees, but also a frame stamp piece that represents some key milestones in his life and also reflects some of the interests that Don has. So we know that he's looking forward to a long and healthy, happy retirement with his family, time to devote to his causes, his interests, the Cub Scouts, Little League, just to name 2 activities that he's actively engaged in. So we want to thank you for all you've done for the industry and for the Postal Service. So Don, thank you. I would read the letter if I had my glasses. But Don, we want to thank you, and we also want to share with you this stamped art piece. So it represents key milestones in your life and your interests. So hopefully you will hang this. Hopefully Don will hang this in a prominent place. And we want to thank you for your commitment to the industry, and thank you for everything you've done to grow this business.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
She's right, it has been a long time. We talk about one of the first projects of MTAC was in helping introduce the zip code back in 1965. If you've done your math right, you'll know I was in the business in 1965 when the zip code was introduced. And I guarantee you that when that zip code came out, we had no idea it would ever be part of a marketing program, or you'd have to enter it in a gasoline pump to buy gas with American Express. Or certainly a lot of the things that both Megan and Jim talked about over the last couple of days. We talk about, now we're talking about not only knowing when your mail is delivered, but knowing when it's going to be delivered. When I started out, you dropped a mail bag down a chute in the main Chicago post office, and you hoped that 2 weeks later you got some responses. Yeah. But when I think about mailing industry and the Postal Service, I don't think about systems, and I don't think about technology. I think about people. I think about faces, and I think about friends. I think about the colleagues that I worked with at Mid-America Mailers and now at Diamond that grew to be friends and family-type friends. Customers, some of you fortunately who are in this room, that we grew to be friends long after the business relationship ended. And even competitors. There are a lot of really good people in the mailing services industry. But most of the faces I see are going to be you guys. It's going to be the MTAC faces. Now, maybe that's because you have a certain bond when you work together for a common cause. But I think it's also because MTAC people are the kind of people that care when someone has a problem or a health issue. And that brings us, I really appreciate that with all of you. Your people in the industry give extra of their time. They're willing to share their expertise and their thoughts. Sometimes they're even willing to share some things that their management may not have wanted them to share. But it's all for a better postal service. I'm dating myself. And on the postal side, so many people that are really proud of the work that they do. They work hard at their jobs. They're continually working to make things better. And even beyond that, they're willing to accept ideas and thoughts, sometimes criticism, before a project has even had all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. Yeah, I like to say the two easiest things in the world to do are to raise the other guy's kids or to run the other guy's business. When they're your kids and in your business, it ain't so easy. There are just two people that I recognize. Faces I'd like to put names with, and I hope you'll excuse me for doing some things that are very personal to me. The first, one of the two, is a guy named Ernie Harris here from the Postal Service. He typifies what I've said about postal people, and he feels very strongly that working together we can accomplish a lot. We talked almost every day for 4 or 5 years. In the process, we became very good friends, and we're going to be friends for a long time. The second face that I'd like to mention has never been in a DMU, never been to a focus area meeting, never even sat in on a work group call, but she's been my driving force for 56 years. I like to say we started out a long time ago as two separate threads, but we've long been woven into a single cloth. Thank you, Linda. MTAC has been great and successful for 50 years. There's nothing magical about the organization of MTAC. MTAC works because the industry knows they can get solid, reliable information from a trusted source. That's what keeps them interested. Enough that they're willing to share data, share information and ideas at a level that they couldn't do to the general public because they know that MTAC will treat that well and work with them. On the industry side, companies and individuals know that have a good feeling and understand that what they have to say and their ideas are at least going to be listened to. Yeah. MTAC is at its best when we listen to each other with an open mind. So please keep listening. Megan, thank you very much for this tonight. Thank you and your predecessors for believing in MTAC for so long. And God bless you and good luck in everything you're trying to do. We need it.